right, well, let's get into the match today. We have a yellow buff here as the color red represented up top. And this is aNe as the color blue. Doesn't look like there's going to be any aggressive play here. No counter jungling to speak of. There was a very early ward placement at friendly blue from Taric, just scouting for an advance. Pretty good precautionary skill there, but it kind of is a shame when they don't invade and it's kind of just an in vain ward. So it's unfortunate that that happened for him. But I want to keep a close eye on the top lane, as I do feel like there are some counter picks at stake here. Lee Sin versus Rumble. And Ryze versus Veigar. I would not pick Veigar to go against Ryze in any circumstance, really. Just the nature of Rune Prison. Yes, Veigar does have a slight range advantage with his pen, but, I mean, overall, Ryze is just far better for trades. His damage is instantaneous as opposed to Veigar, where you really have to land a stun in order to get off a burst combo. So we'll keep a close eye on that as well. But interesting, though, we see a jungle Nunu. Not as common as a lot of other characters, but certainly as strong. That consume, dealing obscene amounts of damage to creeps, man. He can solo dragon like level 6. He's crazy strong in the jungle right now. And also the snowball makes him very strong for early ganks. Look at this exchange up top. Lee Sin somehow considerably further ahead in terms of EXP than Bishop, allowing for that Sonic Wave combined with the Tempest. Gonna allow him to win that trade. There we go. Rumble Ding in level 2 now. Actually, it looks like Martel is ahead of Rumble right now. Let's take a look at farm.
Yeah, sure is. That's actually going to be that's actually interesting. That's only the very beginning. Who really knows? Right. But I do think in the long run, Bishop's going to have an advantage over Martel. But then again, Martel was really hurting from being embarrassed last game, and maybe the momentum will go in his favor.
Yeah.
Nunu wants to gank.
Veigar's almost in range of a snowball. Here it goes. Red buff Nunu closing in for the kill. Combined with that Rune Prism. There we go. Lots of damage going down. And actually forced into that stun situation, but look at him consuming that minion for some heals right there.
The sustain is retarded, yeah.
That's a strong Nunu gank with that snowball. Up top, more trading going on. An overheated Rumble. Bishop's got to be careful. He can't allow that to happen. At this point in the match, as Lee Sin does deal so much damage with early Sonic Waves. Here we go. Nocturne coming downstairs for a gank. Yes, I said downstairs. There we go with the red buff. A nice punch there. And the fear is going to... No, he flashes out of the fear, and the dazzle on Nocturne to completely negate that attempt. Yellow buff turning around that bot lane aggressive play, wasting the time of Nocturne and putting him behind his clear. Meanwhile, Nunu's going to come down to the bot lane, followed closely by Alex Pie, who does have that early assist. He can't afford to roam at this point in the match. A very aggressive decision. Forcing, here comes Alex Pie. Maybe gonna land a double kill. Certainly, Blitzcrank looks like he's gonna go down. Not enough damage, and Blitzcrank will feed. Actually, Alex did not get that assist. Not the best.
No, he did not. I was thinking that Alex really shouldn't have put his damage there on the retreating AD carry because there was almost no chance he could kill him. But he should at least either kill Stolen or picked up the assist for either way. I mean, certainly if I had been on a team and my AP carry stole a kill, I would not be mad about that. It's pretty cool to have it.
Definitely want to feed down. Nunu's going to have a tough time getting away from this Nocturne with that red buff. We are going to have to see them trade. Veigar's going to come in for the reinforce, but both junglers calling a draw right there. Not really sure what Nocturne was thinking. If he continued to pursue that, could have easily killed that Nunu with the help of Veigar. That last tick from the Ignite bringing Bishop to sub 20 HP. Going to be forced back. I think it's like the third or fourth time he's overheated up there. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Either way, though, it does appear that Yellow buff is way ahead on farm as they've just been winning this harass game so early, man. Bully. Securing those last hits really easily. Check this out, though. Veigar's going to get spotted by that nice Tribush ward placement from the Tark. And look at that smoke screen just to slow him down, to just kind of put it in his face. Yeah, we knew you were coming, you little goober. Goober. I don't know, man. It does look like aNe's a little bit off their game. How are you feeling right now?
I think aNe, I don't know about off their game just yet, but I think that, well, you know how I feel about certain picks, but
yeah.
I think I've made that part clear. Excuse me, in terms of their playing, I mean, what's happening with the middle with Veigar getting butchered is really not that unusual, and I don't think that that's a big deal on its own. But I do think that Rumble is not doing very well against Martel, or Bishop against Martel in Rumble versus Lee Sin, and that's going to cost him in the long run. We don't want to see Lee Sin snowball. That could be disastrous for aNe. So yeah, I think aNe is just falling behind.
Ooh, the flash pen from Veigar, gonna pick up a trade there. I don't know if that was really working out in Veigar's favor. Actually, it did because of that assist, and
Ryze
was worth a little bit more gold. Nice play there from the Veigar.
I do think that was a nice way to make up for that. I mean, Veigar was getting dominated the whole time, but it was just a really great gank follow-up from Nocturne, and Nunu was just a little too slow in getting there. He got there just a little bit late. If he had gotten there just a little bit earlier, they definitely could have picked up a double kill. Even you can see there right there that Nocturne, even now, is having a difficult time trading with Nunu. So, yeah, if he got there a little early, but it was a good gank, and I don't think it's enough for it to make any kind of comeback. I mean, we're only talking about a gain of 1 assist. That exchange is not that big of a deal.
Yes.
I'm more interested in bottom at this point anyway. I really want to see some big plays out of Blitzcrank.
Graves with 43 CS versus Ezreal's 47, so aNe actually ahead in terms of AD CS right now. However, those ganks early are going to cost them in the mid game. Although Ezreal is keeping his cool, now dinging almost level 6. Blitzcrank seems to be a little bit further behind for some reason.
He is a little bit further behind. Another thing that we're there behind is that Ezreal's out of potions. Gray still has 2 because of that superior sustain with his composition.
Yes.
Basically, in order for this Ezreal Blitzcrank combo to work, they really need to land ace grabs. You know,
Yes.
if you don't land those really big grabs, and that's why Blitzcrank is such a I don't even know what the right word to describe it is. I would say inconsistent overall, not the champion itself, but in terms of how effective he is in games, because it's so dependent on the actual player.
More trading going on. Paranoia goes down, picking up a kill on Rise. Big play there from DJ Lambo. Well timing that combination with the Veigar burst. That was a big play. I'm gonna have to see. I'd like to see Alex Pie get some Merc Treads to lane against this Veigar right now, as it would alleviate a lot of that stun time and allow him to get out of those sticky situations and avoid that gravity. What's it called? Dark matter? Yeah, dark matter. Easily to avoid that if you have just a little bit of tenacity. So I think that'd probably be a good choice there for Rice. Let's see what he's doing, what he's building.
Just keep in mind, DJ Lambo is our 2481 ELO player. So with a lot of games played, 2481 ELO. So he's quite up there in skill, and he could really turn things. I mean, a super fed Nocturne is a very, very nasty carry. He can spell shield Dazzle. He can spell shield Rune Prison. So I think that you got to really worry about Nocturne. He could actually make something happen for a new era. It could be one of the big things to turn it around for a new era right now. We just saw, oh wow, nice job up top. I did not think he was going to secure that, but Lee Sin just picked up a simple kill on Rumble trading.
Unfortunately, I missed that one. No doubt it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's probably the execute there from the Sonic Wave. Lee Sin dealing out percentage-based damage with a follow-up from his Q. Look at him trading with the Nocturne right now. This is a very dangerous trade. Could go either way. It really depends on those Sonic Waves. There we go. Gonna pull up that Tempest and try to kite some more. Up goes the shield. He is running a little low on energy. This is an interesting trade. Nocturne trading with Lee Sin up there. Both are reasonably skilled duelists, but I don't know. It could go either way. He does have the tower advantage, though.
I think Nocturne being out of mana is really going to seal it. I mean, he's ultimately limited in what he can do. I don't think he even has enough mana for a Fear right now. But if he was to stay in the fight long enough, which I think, he's definitely going to get out now. But if he was to stay in the fight and if he had mana, then landing a Fear on Lee Sin, particularly if he manages to do it under the tower, could really do it. But check out Lee Sin's sustain. We all know how good Lee Sin's sustain is. He was very low just a minute ago, and now he's almost full. So all that work that Nocturne did was basically for nothing.
Really aggressive play there from Martel. Really calculating his range out of that tower, landing these Qs left and right, dealing lots and lots of damage to Rumble. He's got to be so careful he doesn't give up another kill upstairs. That is Bishop. And look at this. Just like I said, Nunu's going to try to solo Dragon here at level 7, although the reinforcement from his bot lane going to secure this easy Dragon Snag at the 10-minute mark. Very early there.
Very nice.
And there we go. Rise stuck in a pen, dodging that dark matter. He's really at an advantage there with the trade, but it seems like every time he goes in for the kill on Veigar, Nocturne is there to support. He was a little bit late that time.
He was late that time. His ult is not up in time. His ult had a very short cooldown left. But Paranoia has I think 140 seconds by default. Let me see what it says on the tooltip here. 180 seconds. Wow. Excuse me. 180 seconds. So yeah, if it was 140, it would have been up in time. Because Paranoia was on up in time, he could not do that combo, and as a result, the one-on-one fight, which favors Rise by a huge margin, and that's why we saw that. Nocturne is attempting to trade with Rise now, but he's getting stung for it, so he's gonna have to retreat. Alex Pie with Rise is so dangerous, and his champion scales so well and becomes so powerful, being very difficult to kill. Their whole team, really. I mean, there's no squishies on their team. Their squishies champion is Graves, and he's the toughest of all the ADs probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe Urgot. So yeah, I don't. There's a grab.
Yikes! There we go. Nice rocket grab. Gonna be able to land that kill with a Mystic Essence Flux combination. Look at this minion wave here from aNe. Going to allow them to take that tower if they please, although it doesn't appear.
Graves missed out on all that CS right there.
Yeah.
Just as we're talking about squishy champions, and we were talking about earlier how Orange really has to land big grabs with Blitzcrank. I mean, if they want to have any chance on winning that bottom lane, he has to land ace grabs, and he landed a perfect grab on Graves, and that's all it took was one. He just grabbed one grab, and then Ezreal did the rest of the damage. And the distance was so great that Terra could not dazzle Ezreal in time, and Ezreal did not have to flash up or anything like that. Just during the time in the CC, he was able to burst it down. So,
yes. I want to draw your attention to Martel on the top lane. He's doing a fantastic job of Lee Sin play. Look at him shielding these tower hits in every single exchange, taking hardly any tower damage from these exchanges right now. He's got a level 5 W, level 5 safeguard. That gives him that extra life. Oh, hold that thought. Here comes the paranoia flash with the red combo. Fear goes off. Are we going to see Lee Sin die? No! The kicking rumble into Nocturne. Will he die? He's so close, and yes!
There we go.
Bishop does pick up that kill. He needed that so badly. Even though that was an amazing offensive play there from aNe, the defense, just as I was saying, from Martel, he's an excellent Lee Sin player right there. Did everything he could to survive that gank. It was just too much. Nocturne used his flash to get that fear off, overcame that Lee Sin, man. That was a nice play from the Nocturne. He really needs to help and make sure that Rumble doesn't get shut down too hard, as it is still the early game right now.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing DJ Lambo, our high elo player on Nocturne, carrying their team. He's made all the best plays. We did have that really great play from Orange, and he almost landed another grab too. That was super close. But
ooh, there's the power fist.
Yeah, it was, but Ezreal had to back off. I think it was a little bit mistimed on their hits there.
He arcane shifted the dazzle.
Yeah. That was pretty nice, actually. That's some reaction time right there. That's ridiculous.
Here we go. Looks like there's a silence. Oh, but missing with the true shot barrage and the rocket grab. Nice evasion there from the slotted pig. Gonna trade a kill between the ADs down there. Looks like AlexPie is looking to make something happen. Roaming
a little bit late.
Some baiting there from Tark, but they're not falling for it. Nice skills there from aNe, anticipating that Ryze roaming. It does look like Ryze is going to build those Merc Treads, if I'm not mistaken. That's why he picked up the No Magic. And he's looking to have a very tanky, very standard, very powerful Ryze build, which is something that can be so dangerous at this point in the match when he starts to roam around just a little bit. Looks like we're going to have another gank here on Bishop using that flash, and probably, yeah, he's going to go down here, no doubt, to this full-on dive from these two players. I'm not really sure about that Nunu ult. Taking the kill there.
He definitely needed that slow. I think Rumble would escape, because keep in mind Rumble has a really nice sprint. So I think without that Nunu ult, he definitely would have made it out of there. Lee Sin's fast and he's mobile, but I think he would have got away without it. You know, Nocturne is definitely carrying aNe right now. aNe otherwise are mostly collapsing, with the exception of Orange, who's landing some good hooks.
Here we go. Could we see an ult go down from Victor on Nunu? Oh, but Nocturne in a position for a double kill. The Ignite, one more tick is not going to kill that Nunu. Auto attack from Veigar. Here comes AlexPie. He can't. I don't think he can do this, man. This is a dangerous play from him. Just turning around. There he goes, doing the smart thing. Did Veigar use his ultimate back there? Yes. No.
His ultimate is down. His ultimate is down.
He used it to burst down the Nunu, so he doesn't have it against a Ryze right now. But as Cromar pointed out, Ryze scales mostly with mana, not a whole lot of ability power in this champ right now. So Veigar actually not very useful in assassinating Ryze, as he is so tanky at this point.
Yeah,
and it does appear, let's take a look at the farm downstairs. Graves with 108 versus Ezreal and his 90. So Yellow Buff appears to be winning bot lane as well. I just got to say, man, Martel in his Lee Sin play has been playing so well right now.
He's got to make up for the last game. He's got to make up for the public embarrassment of getting trashed by
Ooh, there's a nice grab. Power Fist combo under the tower. Graves taking 3 of those shots, but he survives!
Oh, wow!
That buckshot.
That's, oh, man. Blitzcrank sealed his own fate there, pulling in a full health Graves. And between Tarek and Graves' AoE burst, both those champions, Blitzcrank and Ezreal, were already very, very low under the tower. And that may not have been the best time to land that grab. He may be regretting it. Reminds me of a Squadron game where I landed an Amumu grab that I regretted very much because I was hoping it wouldn't land. But he pulled the dangerous champion into them, and the burst was able to kill him. I'm just surprised Graves lived. I thought for sure he would at least die from the tower damage, but it happened so fast.
I think there was a Summoner Hill that came into play there, if I'm not mistaken. No, they don't
Yeah,
have
I
a
mean,
summoner.
Well, they don't, but they have Tarek's heal, which is
Ooh,
what
again
you
with
probably
that
saw.
combo on Rise, getting off that fear without forcing the flash. Wow, what a play
the
from
Rumble
DJ
also securing
Lambo.
it,
That paranoia
As well as,
really,
don't forget the Rumble oil, too. That was huge. That was
Yes.
huge, the timing of that.
really making an effort to shut down this Rise, and a great choice at that. More good stuns there from the Veigar player, although it looks like Nunu has a little bit of tenacity. Yes, he does have Merc Treads, so he's able to evade that Dark Matter no problem, even if he gets caught by the stun. He's going to try to steal another Dragon kill with a Consume Smite combo, perhaps. There's the Nunu ult in the bush. They could not have seen that coming.
No, they
now
could not see
Bishop
that.
is going to get focused really hard. Could they land a kill on Nocturne? That would be a nice shutdown. But the Veigar saves again, although this small amount of tenacity is just evading every single one of these dark matters. And it looks like, Lee Sin's going to be forced to pull back here, as well as the entirety of a new era. Ooh, but a Sonic
nice
Wave
kick.
through the wall! Gonna land the kill on Ezreal combined with the collateral damage. Monster play there from Martel. That's what I like to see. Man, that's gonna be a free dragon.
Martel's showing his skills. Let's let everybody know that he's the real deal. That the last game was a fluke. Last game was an outpick. That's all it was. It wasn't an outplay. It was an outpick. So
That's right.
Coming up into this game, where I guess Lee Sin and Rumble are fairly even, but I kind of feel like Rumble does have a slight advantage. But he doesn't matter because Martel overcame and outplayed Bishop pretty seriously. Bishop's Rumble there, and has gotten way ahead of him. And any kind of big plays that aNe had top lane were all due to the Nocturne, the DJ Lambo. And now Lee Sin's got his revenge, because he's got to a mid-game point which is where Lee Sin excels, and he was able to just destroy Nocturne. Nocturne doesn't get particularly monstrous until late game. He's definitely more of an 80 carry style, I guess you can compare him to Master Yi or something like that.
Lee Sin keeping it very standard with his build. He's got double Doran. He's so tanky right now. Looks like the vast majority of the players here on, 4 out of 5 players on yellow buff have those Merc Treads right now. No doubt in a response to this Veigar play, and perhaps the fear from Nocturne as well. Very wise choice. Obviously, Graves picking up those Berserker Greaves. Although Graves could be in some trouble here. No, he's going to be just fine. Tark coming in for the save, no problem. Using that Dazzle, just a little bit of harass. Lots of farming going on in this bot lane pretty much all game long. And it does appear that yellow buff is still ahead down here. Look at Alex Pie looking to roam downstairs. Oh, but this Paranoia Fear combo does go off on Graves. This is going to be enough damage. He's got the red buff. We're going to see a dive. Oh, and a grab from WCR Orange on Ez. But could Rise turn this around? The burst damage from Rise is going to be overcoming the Blitzcrank. But oh no, he's going to possibly feed a kill here. Oh,
such a great
no mana from Ez. No mana. Not even a Mystic Shot. He's going to survive. Oh my goodness, what a play there from Alex Pie, keeping things alive in the bot lane. Look at the Nunu damage on Veigar. So many out-of-mana champions. Everybody's except for Veigar, and he cannot dive for these kills.
Oh man, Nocturne actually spell shields the damage from Nunu's ult. I don't know if you spotted that there. He's not able to spell shield the AoE slow, but he did spell shield the damage. So that's why
I didn't catch that.
He may have actually died if it was not for that.
Here comes Rumble looking to pick up a double kill. Does he have the speed to pull this off? He's got to land that snare. There's a flash. Looks like he is going to grab on Tark. No, but he turns around for the Dazzle. It'd be way too ballsy for him to dive that right now. A little bit late to the party there.
Definitely would have been too ballsy to dive him, especially with Graves returning. He would have just got stomped. Speaking of Graves returning, just a little too slow. Everybody recalled out. Nope, just a little too slow.
Yikes! He does block the back there.
Oh, no.
Bishop thought that he backed there, but the smoke screen interrupted. He's gonna be able to escape just fine though with the reinforcement of Blitzcrank. Not able to turn that one around, but a bit of a misplay there from Bishop. Perhaps not paying as much attention. Maybe taking a sip of water, as this is a very intense match.
I hate when it happens. I'm at 6 seconds on my recall. I think I can look away from the screen. Oh god, yeah, that happens a lot. And by the way, how about Graves? Yet another quick draw out of a Blitzcrank grab. I mean, how many of those have we seen? He's so quick.
It happens all the time though. Even when I play Graves, the physics are interfering with those rocket grabs. Taking a look, Nunu's getting very aggressive now with some CJ movements, forcing Nocturne out of the jungle. This is some interesting movement from yellow buff. We could see a 3-man dive here on Veigar. No, it looks like Alex Pie is going to pull back, and what exactly is he doing? I'm not sure. Some very aggressive positioning. Everybody's going to return to their lanes. Graves is dangerously low on HP. We could see an Arcane Shift flash close. Maybe he has a True Shot barrage up right now. Yes, he does. Would not be enough to kill the Graves, so he's going to save that for some more bursting later. Look at this confrontation. There goes a Nunu ultimate in the bush again. Going to deal lots of damage to Veigar, but he's going to be able to escape with that pen, no problem. Oh no, but the flash pursuit snowball for the win. Yikes, there's a true shot barrage, not really sure. Trying to pick up the kill on Veigar.
Yeah, he was trying to snipe whoever he could at that
Or,
point.
I mean, not Veigar. Veigar's on his team.
Yeah, Vigor's his teammate. But he definitely wanted to at least protect Vigor or perhaps chase them off. They also had another pursuit where Lee Sin...
There's a rocket grab. Power fist combo with the silence. Can't even quick draw out of that in time. Will it be enough damage, though? Ezreal going crazy right now. He is going ham, but not enough mana, and he's going to actually feed a kill there. Wow. All 5 players from Yellow Buff respawning, and yet another amazing sonic wave there from Martel, securing the kill, man. That was not good for aNe. What do you think, man? Can Lambo pull this off? He is very fed. He's got 129 farm for a jungler. I guess he's not very fed, but he's definitely...
For a jungler, sure. For a jungler, yeah. He's very high in farm for a jungler. And also he has the best overall participation on his team. He has 3 kills, 3 assists, only 1 death. He certainly has the ability to make a comeback. And he does have
there's the paranoia going up on Rise right now. The fear is going to go off, but he does switch targets briefly there to Lee Sin. No problem going to focus down Alex Pie. I mean, I feel so sorry for him. Lambo has been camping Rise with that paranoia all day. That's the 3rd or 4th time he's managed to kill Rise with that paranoia. I believe 4 times now, maybe 3.
Yeah, he's really got to babysit mid lane to keep Rise from snowballing like complete crazy. And, you know, Rise is already very, very strong defensively. There was a play earlier. Something more exciting was going on at the time, so I didn't say anything. But Rise was diving Vigor under the tower. Vigor stunned him under the tower, did a full rotation, and the tower was hitting him. But Alex Pie was able to walk out of there with about 2/3 of his health, just casually walk out because he was so invincible. But there, with a fully fed Nocturne, on the other hand, he basically died instantly. So that's the difference in damage we're talking about here. Nocturne's damage is extremely high, and in about 5 minutes or so, as long as he can, continues at the same pace, maybe 5, maybe 8 or 9 minutes, we're going to see Nocturne basically murder somebody. He's just going to straight up murder somebody so fast.
That's right.
Before he can
He
blink.
is the highest gold champion on their team now with 7,000 almost.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm not really sure what he's building reasonably tanky right now with that Aegis. Honestly, Ez is a little bit behind. I feel like he might need to go a little bit more damage based in the near future just to dish out a little bit extra damage for aNe right now, as they are lacking quite a bit due to the fact that Rumble has been shut down considerably. So it does appear we're going to see another counterattack here at Dragon. Both teams fully aware of the enemy's position. Nocturne landing the Q, but not able to snipe the Dragon right there, as the smite control from Nunu is just too powerful at this point. It's a free Dragon for Yellow Buff. And this is not looking good for aNe, as they are now over 10,000 global hold behind and losing on vision, as Nunu is just roaming around taking out these wards one at a time.
About the gold thing, we pointed out that Lambo has the best, DJ Lambo has the best gold on his team. But Yellow Buff, their whole team except Tarek has beat him on gold, and Graves in particular. And this is where they're really going to be in trouble, because ultimately we're moving to the phase of the game where Graves, a stacked Graves, which is what we have, is going to absolutely dominate the game. We just saw, you don't even need to give you examples of it all the time. Speaking of dominated, Vigor's position.
No, Veigar gets slammed right there. All sorts of damage. Rumble looking to do a feed there. Oh, it's just not good at all. Kicking out of the tower. Oh, but a grab on Lee Sin. He's probably too tanky, though. Yeah, Lee Sin's going to be flying. But the paranoia used to take down the Graves.
That was,
I guess,
not the most judicious use of paranoia that I've seen today, but I guess he's like, F you, I want to kill. I think that's where that came from.
I think he's a little bit concerned that he may have to carry on damage at this point. It's probably higher damage than Ezreal. So trying to get as fed as possible. I'd like to see DJ Lambo grab up some more DPS-oriented items at this point, as he's not really being the focus target, and he can really, take somebody like Lee Sin or Graves or even Rise out of the equation right now, if he can get off his paranoia at an opportune moment.
Yeah. Think about Graves, he's about to get to the point of the game where he's going to completely dominate everyone. And there, Lee Sin's time is up soon, but Rise's time never really runs out. So it's going to be Rise and Graves, really. And DJ Lambo is going to have to, first he's going to be a little bit more careful with his paranoias, but he needs to kill Graves every time. He has to be the guy to focus Graves. And if he doesn't, then they're in serious trouble. If that means staying out of the fight until he can get to Graves, then that's what he has to do. If he goes in too early, he's going to get bursted down and killed. He has to kill Graves. If he doesn't, no one will. There's no one else to kill Graves, because Ezreal one-on-one with Graves, no, that's not even a fight. Ezreal has to stay as far away from Graves as possible because he has to be very careful with his positioning. The only other way they get a kill on Graves is with the Blitz Hook. So it's pretty much we're either relying on aNe's either relying on Blitzcrank or he's relying on a perfect paranoia, or maybe catching Graves out of position. That could happen as well if Nocturne get around to him. Other than that, though, they're in a really bad position. They don't have any magic damage. They have no APs. Rumble is way behind, like you just mentioned. Obviously, Vigor has been a non-factor in the game so far, and Ezreal, like I just said, is so far behind Graves that, you know, he's just not going to be able to put
speaking of which, we could see a grab. Oh, but nice quick draw to evade that grab attempt from WCR
Man,
Orange.
He is too good. He is too slick.
Ooh, Lee Sin might get caught out of position. Another nice ultimate there from Nunu, but getting interrupted by a power fist. And actually, Lee Sin is going to get focused down, but Graves is in the back with the red buff. Wreaking havoc. Oh, no. There's just no way they can stop this, Graves. Nocturne tried, but now they're going to be forced to pull back. Oh, Buckshot. Way too much damage. Flashing over the wall. Going to pick up, ooh, a double kill. Ryze picking up the rest for the most part. Wow.
Ryze with the kill steal. We all know that, excuse me, Graves did all the work there, but no, that's not true.
Unofficial.
Actually. Alex Pie is very fed. Unofficial quadra or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's unofficial quadra kill there from Ryze, but overall, man, the damage from Graves, he just went unchecked in the back.
No
there.
one was on him.
Caught that.
No one.
And
there was no
look,
bruiser.
The Nunu ult. Sorry, what's the steroid from Nunu called again? It's
the Blood Boil.
Blood Boil. Active on Graves. Well, he's just quick drawing around in the back. Look at the attack speed from this champion.
Yeah.
He can destroy players in a matter of like 2 seconds. So, I mean, you're absolutely right that it really did come down to assassinating Graves, and Nocturne was really the only one that could have got the job done, and it didn't work out for him. There's too much going on, and Graves' positioning was just too strong. This AD player, the slotted pig.
It may have changed a lot if he hadn't wasted his paranoia in the previous cycle, but even then, it's really difficult to believe that Nocturne by himself, even though he could have gotten the back line, he could have targeted Graves. He could have slowed him down at best, but I think that one-on-one Graves is still so far ahead of Nocturne that he would win. I mean, Graves also still has the protection of Nunu. Now, Nunu was in a weird position there, but he also had the protection of Taric. So between those two people protecting him and buffing him, I think that Nocturne, even if he could get in position for the perfect position to assassinate, I think Graves would still beat him. So I don't think that, yeah, he's got to assassinate him, but they're so far ahead now that he can't. Even if his paranoia is available. I don't know what they can do. I think a new era is seriously messed up right now, and they're totally relying on this Nocturne or a lucky pick from a Blitzcrank grab. That's the only thing they have to go
on that note, Graves playing way overly aggressive, way out of position from the rest of his team.
I was wondering what's going on with that. I'm looking at my mini map. I'm trying to talk at the same time and think, what the hell are they up to here? Graves is a little overconfident. Yellow Buff is a really disciplined team, but you know, maybe they were
can't
just
be making plays like that.
Yeah, they don't.
If he gets picked off, they could easily lose the team fight. It's really the only way they could lose the team fight, to be honest.
Yes.
As Yellow Buff does now have the Baron, so it's on them to make something happen. The ball's in their court. It looks like they're going to make that happen right now. Look at that long-range Sonic Wave. Ooh, Rumble got destroyed by Veigar right there. Yeah. Or excuse me, Rumble's on his team. I keep fixing that up.
Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, that was not good. As Yellow Buff has this Baron buff, they're able to just easily mow over the enemy team. Easily going to grab an inhibitor right here. This is pretty much GG, unless they can pull off something crazy right now. Unless we can see just Nocturne cleave like a quadra kill or something. They're pretty much over right now. They can't stop this push. They're going to have to like pull into the fountain right now.
Yeah, a Blitzcrank pull Graves in the fountain. Now they got a chance. No, they can't.
Look at how fast these towers are going down. Cannot stop the advance of this team. There, on that note, almost pulling the Nunu into the fountain right there. But yeah, that's going to be GG.
The next stuff, so yeah, they're not going to go fall for that. That was interesting. I mean, they kind of lost it on the picks. I was kind of disappointed by that, but besides that, we did see some really, really good play. DJ Lambo, he had a very strong ganking at the beginning of the game, and he actually carried a top lane very hard for a long time. But ultimately, Rumble collapsed to our Bishop's Rumble collapsed to Martel's Lee Sin. And then from that point on, it just came down to Graves got fed. No one could kill Graves, and then at that point, there was just no hope for their team.